prestigious travel club brings you 11 of the world's most counterfeited foods. In the realm of contemporary cuisine, authenticity doesn't always reign supreme. The components responsible for the delightful flavors we savor can often be elusive, too rare, or prohibitively expensive to meet the ever-growing global appetite. From the truffle oil adorning your crispy French fries to the vanilla essence enhancing your creamy ice cream, or the piquant wasabi accompanying your sushi, the genuine ingredients can be elusive gems. To meet the soaring demand, both reputable businesses and illicit enterprises have devised means to offer cost-effective alternatives, encompassing everything from coffee to caviar. While there exist entirely legitimate methods for catering to this demand, a shadowy, global counterfeit food industry has emerged, estimated at a staggering $40 billion annually. This underground industry not only undermines legitimate producers but also fuels criminal enterprises, potentially jeopardizing the well-being of consumers. Truffles. Despite the prevalence of truffle oil in culinary offerings, authentic truffles remain an exceedingly rare find. Truffle oil, as it's commonly known, is entirely manufactured within laboratory settings and shares no connection with actual mushrooms, commented Olmsted. A solitary wild harvested white truffle, weighing in at 70 to 80 grams, can command a staggering price of $102, making it a prime target for counterfeiting. In contrast, black truffles, which can be cultivated, still demand a lengthy 6-year gestation period. And as for truffle oil, it typically consists of a blend of olive oil or sunflower oil infused with a synthetic compound known as 2,4-dithiopentane, derived from petroleum, the very same aromatic compound found in foot odor. The sole reliable method to confirm the authenticity of truffle-infused cuisine is to witness the shaving of a real truffle right before your eyes, according to Olmsted. It should bear the appearance of a genuine truffle, akin to a mushroom-derived product. Wasabi. Nearly all the wasabi sold outside of Japan is a preparation of horseradish, sweetener, and cornstarch. The real thing costs roughly 30 times more, and is one of the most difficult plants to cultivate commercially. Wasabi grows naturally along Japanese mountain springs, preferring mild temperatures, shade, and the gravelly soil of the area, and the stems can sell for $319 per kilogram. As with truffles, the best way to ensure you're getting the real thing is to see it prepared in front of you, typically with a specialized metal grater that turns the stem into a fine paste. The other clue is the flavor. Real wasabi is less spicy and more subtle than its horseradish alternative. Maple syrup. A significant portion, up to 50%, of syrup marketed as maple style is, in fact, an imitation commonly labeled as table syrup or pancake syrup, containing a blend of ingredients such as corn syrup, caramel coloring, and artificial flavorings. The lion's share of the world's authentic maple syrup supply hails from Canada, which exports approximately 85% of the global consumption each year. The production of genuine maple syrup is a labor-intensive process, requiring a staggering 44 gallons of maple sap to yield just a single gallon of pure syrup. Distinguishing the genuine article often hinges on assessing its color and texture. Pure maple syrup typically boasts a thinner consistency and a slightly cloudier appearance compared to synthetic concoctions. Parmesan cheese. Parmesan earns its coveted title of Parmesan exclusively when it originates from the illustrious Parma, Italy, or more specifically, the Emilia-Romagna region. This geographical distinction matters profoundly as it houses the distinctive bacteria responsible for endowing this cheese with its unparalleled flavor. Within this esteemed locale, a mere 300 dairies bear the certification to craft authentic Parmigiano Reggiano. The cheese's journey to perfection entails an aging process of no less than 1 year, a crucial period during which coveted umami flavor crystals emerge. To identify genuine Parmesan, look for the distinctive stenciled markings and the prominent DOP stamp, signifying Denominazione di Origine Protetta, affirming its origin from the hallowed grounds. While Italian Parmesan gracefully graces the shelves of most supermarkets, alternatives may prove more budget-friendly for a few compelling reasons. American-produced Parmesan mandates only 10 months of aging, and some graded blends can legally contain up to 4% fillers like rice flour or cellulose sourced from wood pulp. These distinctions are worth savoring. Vanilla. The distinctive flavoring emerges from a meticulous process involving the hand pollination of orchid flowers, followed by the collection of their seed pods. These pods are then carefully massaged to extract vanillin, subsequently immersed in a solution of water and alcohol to yield an extract. This intricate procedure sheds light on why only a scant 1% of products featuring vanilla flavor boast the authenticity of real vanilla. Synthetic vanillin, on the other hand, can be manufactured from sources like petroleum, with alternative methods utilizing clove oil, wood, or bark to create the synthetic flavoring. While generally harmless, there have been isolated incidents, such as one in Mexico, where a producer sold bottles containing an extract derived from the tonka plant. This particular extract contained a hazardous substance called coumarin, banned in the United States and posing risks to individuals using blood thinners. In a side-by-side comparison, genuine vanilla extract exudes a more prominent alcohol scent and exhibits a cloudier appearance when contrasted with its artificial counterpart. Caviar. Caviar, a delicacy crafted from the salted roe or eggs of fish, stands as one of the most exorbitant substances globally, commanding prices that can soar to a staggering $24,000 per kilogram. This extravagant price tag renders caviar a prime target for counterfeiters who often resort to using roe from less prestigious fish varieties, such as lumpfish. The creation of genuine beluga sturgeon caviar is a lesson in patience. These sturgeon fish must undergo a decade of growth before they can be harvested for their precious egg sacs. Subsequently, these eggs must pass through a metal grate and undergo a meticulous salting process, all while ensuring the delicate membranes remain intact. Distinguishing authentic beluga caviar, priced at $175 per jar, from its imitations can be challenging at first glance. However, one telltale sign lies in the uniform shape and glossy sheen of the authentic product. Another method involves placing a few caviar eggs in hot water. In this test, genuine caviar will cook and solidify, while counterfeit roe will swiftly dissolve, helping discerning enthusiasts separate the real from the imitation. Honey? Buzzing deception, the sticky truth about global honey. Estimates reveal a startling reality: up to 1/3 of honey traded on the international market isn't the real deal. The soaring global demand for honey surpasses the diligent efforts of our winged pollinators. Interestingly, China, the primary honey source worldwide, is also where many counterfeit versions originate. To bolster dwindling supplies, certain producers resort to a less savory practice, blending authentic honey with artificial fillers such as corn syrup, glucose, rice, cane, or beet sugars. Regrettably, such processing, or any form of alteration, tends to strip natural honey of its finest nutritional and health attributes, transforming it into a mere source of inexpensive sugar. Sarah Wyndham Lewis, a prominent writer and honey sommelier, emphasizes the importance of savoring the genuine essence of what bees create. She advises consumers to steer clear of blended honey products and opt for locally sourced, raw honey, preferably procured from a nearby farmer's market. This way, you can truly relish the pure, unadulterated goodness that honey has to offer. Extra virgin olive oil. Extra virgin olive oil, a target of centuries-old fraud. The history of food fraud dates back to ancient Rome, when clever tricksters passed off inferior olive oils, or blends of different oils, as the highly prized extra virgin olive oil, EVOO. Authentic EVOO primarily originates from Spain, Italy, or Greece, where ripe olives are meticulously processed without heat or chemicals. Vibrating machines gently shake olives from the trees, which are then transformed into a thick paste, spun, and pressed to produce high-quality EVOO, often priced at around $10 for a 17-ounce bottle. Unfortunately, olive oil fraudsters often operate near legitimate producers, making it difficult to identify fakes without a taste test. To ensure authenticity, experts recommend selecting products labeled extra virgin and avoiding those labeled blend or light. Additionally, check the pressed-on date, ideally less than a year old, as Evu loses its fruity, grassy flavor after about 2 years. These precautions help you navigate the world of extra virgin olive oil with confidence. Wagyu beef. Japan's strict Wagyu standards and international variations. Japan imposes stringent regulations on the rearing and processing of Wagyu cattle. These pampered animals are fed a special diet of rice and corn, imparting a unique tenderness and marbling to their meat. Some Wagyu beef can fetch as much as $200 per pound, and a whole cow may sell for an astounding $30,000, 10 times the price of American Black Angus beef. Japan's limited export of Wagyu means that most of the Wagyu consumed globally doesn't meet the same exacting standards. In the United States, ranchers crossbreed Wagyu cows with more robust breeds. Government regulations stipulate that only one parent of a cow needs to be Wagyu, with a 93.7% genetic match, to market its meat as Wagyu beef, resulting in a genetic match of just 46.9%. For instance, when fast food chain Arby's offered a Wagyu burger, the patty consisted of only 51% American Wagyu and 49% regular ground beef, translating to just a quarter of the meat being genetically Wagyu. Coffee. History of coffee adulteration, unmasking the culprits. Throughout history, coffee has often fallen victim to adulteration, with various substances being used to dilute its purity. Ingredients like burnt paper, charred corn, and sawdust have been unscrupulously added to ground coffee. In addition, ground acorns, barley, and wheat have found their way into coffee blends. Whole bean coffee, while generally less prone to filler additions, faces challenges related to cultivation and quality. A significant amount of effort is required to grow and cultivate coffee beans, with approximately 1,500 coffee cherries needed to produce just 1 pound of beans. The finest coffee producers meticulously select ripe cherries, remove their skins, and then proceed with the drying and roasting of the seeds. In contrast, harvesting machines do not differentiate between ripe and unripe cherries, collecting them indiscriminately and processing them together. This results in variations in coffee quality. The complexity of the coffee supply chain can make tracing the origin of beans a daunting task. Nevertheless, reputable roasters and organizations like the Specialty Coffee Association play a crucial role in identifying and promoting quality coffee products. And last but not least is saffron. Saffron, a precious spice. Saffron, renowned as the world's costliest spice, is sourced from the delicate strands or stigmas of the Crocus sativus flower. In Kashmir, farmers invest 2 years cultivating and harvesting these flowers. An astonishing 150,000 blooms are required to produce a single kilogram of saffron, valued at approximately $3,000. This painstaking process involves the manual removal, snipping, and meticulous sorting of the stigmas. Fraudsters frequently attempt to mimic saffron using deceptive substitutes like red dyed hay, horsehair, coconut filaments, or plant roots. To combat this, the Kashmiri government has established a trading center with a geographical indicator, GI, tag to certify authenticity. Similar to caviar, a water test serves as a revealing gauge of authenticity. Real saffron gradually imparts a yellow hue to the water, whereas artificial versions turn yellow almost instantly. Furthermore, authentic saffron disintegrates readily when wet, while counterfeit saffron remains intact,